Arsenal clinched top spot in Group B as they ran riot in the first half against their French opposition. Arsenal's return to the Champions League group stage this season hasn't always been a walk in the park, but their 6-0 victory over Lens on Wednesday sealed their progression to the knockout stages for the first time since 2016 in some style. Clearly motivated to enact their revenge on the French strugglers following that shock defeat in the reverse fixture, the Gunners frequently tore their opposition to shreds. David Raya was barely tested at all in the first half save for a cross that he dealt with well. More to do in the second, but remained solid throughout. Some of his long-distance distribution was very impressive. Takahiro Tomiyasu got 2 assists. Not sure he knew much about the first, but the second was a reward for his tireless overlapping of Saka. Much of Arsenal's first half attacking excellence came down the right, so it was a quieter night for Zinchenko. Hardly gave the ball away though, and was solid in defense. Saliba had one moment where Wahi got the better of him in the first half, but aside from that the France international was composed as ever. Not an awful lot to do for the most part.
Gabriel was switched on throughout and was good in distribution when Arsenal looked to play from the back. Wahi is a potentially tricky customer, but he kept him quiet for the most part. Reiss snapped into defensive tackles in the midfield in order to allow Arsenal to keep the pressure on. A worthy standing ovation as he was taken off with time to spare. Havertz finally looks to be enjoying himself in an Arsenal shirt. The deadlock-breaking goal was well taken and another example of what Arteta wants to see more from the German. Ødegaard needed that goal, not necessarily to prove anything, but to silence the doubters who have forgotten his quality all too quickly this season. Much will be said for Saka's skill, but his sheer force of will isn't spoken about enough. Absolutely key for the second goal, and well rewarded with a goal of his own. Something about this competition brings out the very best in Jesus. Another goal and another assist to cap off another superb display. European teams don't seem to have figured out that you can't give Martinelli space. He will invariably punish you and did so again tonight with a goal and assist. Kiwior came on for Zinchenko. He showed his versatility yet again with a good display. Defensively very solid and didn't need to offer too much going forward. Ben White came on for Tomiyasu. He nearly got on the scoresheet with a header from a corner. Got forward well too with some superb overlapping. Defensively decent too. Reiss Nelson came on for Saka. He was bright at times and unlucky not to get on the scoresheet. Proving himself as a useful option in these games. Jorginho came on for Reiss. He put an extra shine on the game with a classic well-taken penalty. Arteta set up his team for a job and they executed it perfectly. Didn't mess around at half-time, perhaps with one eye on the weekend, and continued rotating throughout the second half.